What's up, Nitro Nation? Muggy Maniacs in the Nitro Cave. So, what really goes on behind the scenes, so to speak, when there's no cameras rolling, there's no Muggy Maniac, babbling, talking shit about Traxxas and, talking shit about Horizon, putting or I should say, giving Losi hell because, like I said, they have a reputation I think they need to live up to. They owe it to their Losi followers, fans, whatever you want to call them. Losi banana heads, I call them sometimes. Just people that are brand name loyal. You're loyal to something because you've always had good things happen and you never really had bad things happen. And if you have, that company's always stood behind their name. I think that's very important. So there's a lot of things that I went through in Nitro in the last, over 3 years. It's coming on almost 4 years now since I've been full on Nitro. No E-word bullshit, straight Nitro for almost 4 years. And again, let me remind you, I'm not the Nitro guy, does it on the weekend, and I have a life, man. I've heard guys say, oh, well, I don't do videos on YouTube of anything, because I have a real life. Like, what the hell's that supposed to mean? I have a real life, too. I'm just at a point in my life where I've been there, done that. My kids are grown up, in college, full-time students. One's about ready to graduate from college. Other one's just started. They're out of the house. They're a little bit older. Muggy Maniac's no spring chicken. Okay, divorced, been through the whole marriage thing. I was married, not to get too personal, married for over 10 years. I'm a single bachelor, 50, sometimes 60 hours a week, hard-working son of a gun, single bachelor that, I don't have to, I don't have I'm very close to my family. Spend a lot of times, with a lot of time with my daughters when they're not busy with school and work. My mom, I'm a family guy all the way. I just don't have nothing holding me back, man. I work my ass off and, have a couple friends here and there, spend most of the time off time with my family. But, a good 75% at least consistently is eating, sleeping, shitting, breathing, 8 scale, nitro, buggies, truggies, muggies, the whole deal. So, I have, I've had a lot of trials and errors, man. A lot of learning curves. But, like I tell you guys before, you've heard me saying before, do your homework, man. Look, I'm just taking on a different position in my company. Okay, this is look this is an employee handbook of, some updated. Look how thick this shit is. Dude, this is a freaking like a script to a movie or like an autobiography, here. And this is, I don't know how many pages it is. It's a lot. But it's something, for me, it's important that I study this, and I happen to like what I do. For those of you guys that don't know what I do, again, not to get too personal, but, I have nothing to hide. I work for a company that is, basically, I deal with every metal there is. I do fabricating, bending, forming, grinding, deburring, cleaning, powder coat, nickel coat, aluminum plate, aluminum anodizing, anything that has to do with any kind of metal that you can think of, titanium, stainless steel, everything I work with. It's something, that I love doing, man. As you guys know, I'm a not gearhead, man. That's why I love Nitro, man. This plays into me, man. E-word doesn't do shit for me at all. High-powered sewing machines do nothing for me. If they do something for you, then this is probably not the channel that I'm going to do anything for you besides give you a hard time. Again, I don't mind weeding out people on my channel. I've had, and not just, just recently had a lot of people undescribed. I got into some heated battles. And these are people that just, don't know what they're talking about, and they think they do. That aren't serious, you know, that are part-timers, or what I call them the hybrids. They got 1 foot in E-word, 1 foot in nitro. I would subscribe to a few of those people until I find, you know, and I, like, again, I do my research and study other people's channels and see what they do. Okay, am I going to get something out of this guy's channel, or is there something that I don't just watch YouTube for the most part. I'm human, you know, I like watching, being entertained just as well as anybody else, but I don't, as far as nitro, I don't look for people or watch people's or subscribe to people's channels that doesn't benefit me, that doesn't where I can learn, or, you know what, hey, that's a good idea, or let me try that, or let me help that person out even. Let me throw in my 2 cents. Hey, you know what, I've done that before, you know, here, let me help you out. But if there's somebody that does E-word and nitro, I really just don't care to have any association with them. They're not on the same page that I'm on, so to speak. They're not even in the same book that I'm on. But anyway, you know, I mechanically, and I'm a gearhead, man. I love my job, my real job, because I work with all kinds of metals. So it's pretty awesome, you know, to see the process. And it's all aerospace, so it's airplanes and you know, helicopters, and mostly aerospace stuff. Military sometimes, you know. Some of it, I can't like tell you guys about it because I'd have to kill you. But anyway, these are the 2. By the way, you know, I give credit where credit's due, criticism due. When I look around on the tube, like I said, the only guy that I see that's doing anything that benefits 8-scale nitro right now is Elite RC, Elites, you know, and Adam Drake. Adam Drake, you know, he doesn't even need to do any videos. The guy races. He's busy, I'm sure. Even on the off season, I'm sure he's doing all kinds of testing and developing with the companies that he's involved with, and mainly Mugen, you know, you know, I look forward to his videos. But at the same time, when he puts up an E-word video, because it's part of what he has to do, he has to run E-word too. And he's even said in the past, if he had it his way, he would just do nitro. He's a nitro brother, which I was like, cool, you know, I gave him some props. Oh, great, man, Adam Drake the Legend is a nitro brother, just like us, most of us. So when he runs the E-word, though, I give him criticism. Same thing with the RC UK Max. That guy, when he runs the E-word shit, I give him a hard time. I bust his balls. But I also give him credit when credit's due. I tell Adam Drake all the time, hey, man, God bless you. We appreciate you, man. Taking time out of your busy schedule, a legend like you, you know, factory sponsored, you know, guy that takes the time out to put up some videos that can to share his racing knowledge to us. So if you're not subscribed to Adam, and you're getting into nitro, or a newbie or whatever, or you want to get at another level, then subscribe to Adam Drake, man. That guy has a lot of great informational stuff. Now, a lot of it will pertain to Mugens, so it might not help you guys, but a lot of his stuff is universal. For racing, especially if you're racing. Him and I would, if I was racing, I'd be all up in Raj's kitchen and Adam Drake. I'm already in Adam Drake's kitchen, and I don't race. Not that a lot of that racing stuff can't be applied to bashing, but a lot of it really doesn't apply. So a lot of times in my videos, I like to kind of differentiate and set that apart. Like, listen, this is great in a racing standpoint, but it really means dick to bashing. Like, I can't even hit Adam up on bashing shit, because, not that he doesn't, but he's not knowledgeable. Now, if it's about racing, tuning, and all that, race tuning and setups, oh yeah, hell yeah, Adam will let you know everything. You know, he'll tell you what his setups are, you know. There's guys, it's funny, I was seeing something on an associate channel, because I'll check out other channels, where all these guys are hitting up David Ungaro, you know, last year's world champ in Nitro Buggy and Truggy, about his setup. It's been like almost 2 weeks now, he hasn't even responded. So, and again, there's tons of pros that are you know, top guys that don't even, they don't care about anybody but themselves and the companies, you know. And I'm not saying that's David Ungaro's thing, but I mean, that kind of makes me wonder. I've never had Adam not respond to me. I mean, sometimes he might take time. I've never seen him not share a setup or not share what he races and what he does. Never, man. That guy always, man, will help you out, man. And that's what it's about, man. And that's what we need. So, you know, and if you're into the bashing thing, you know, go to John Bodigel's old videos, man. I went back 2 years, and I'm still in the process. I am in the right now when I'm wrenching and I have extra time or doing especially when I'm wrenching, I like to watch videos. I'm on John's video 2 years ago when he was starting to see the effects of a lot of the crazy shit that he does, and what the weaknesses were, mainly his dog bones, because they're freaking like pencils, or not even like pencils, they're like toothpicks on his 8.4.0 low-C truggy. You know, I mean, it's not really meant to jump, you know, 100 feet in the air and off buildings and shit. But, you know, that's John. And, you know, I'm surprised he didn't break a lot of other stuff. But that's one of the weaknesses and he has aluminum front and rear chassis braces. So if you guys are thinking about pounding on your low-C or anything without a front and rear aluminum chassis braces, you're crazy, man. You're going to bend dog bones and shit left and right, man. And those things aren't, you know, depending on what vehicle you got, aren't cheap. So anyway, the Muggy Maniac, you know, I didn't get a chance to do any running today. Today might be the only day this week where it was actually okay weather. It was still kind of chilly out, which I don't mind as long as it's not raining. So I'm basically, you know, I probably won't run, you know, realistically till this weekend when it clears up. It's supposed to rain, only because it's supposed to rain the rest of the week. So I'm just doing some freshening up, going over on, you know, deciding, you know, what I want to do, the next step as far as my buggies and truggies and my platforms. The Mugen MBX 7T, I mean, look at this thing, man. This thing is man, I only ran this thing maybe 3 or 4 times still, you know. And man, I need to run this thing too, man. I have a longing to run. That's how much I love this hobby. Is, man, again, I don't want to keep harping on this, but I don't see how any of you guys can go weeks and even months without running not even firing up your nitro. I would just assume sell my shit, sell it, and, you know, do something else, pick up another hobby. There's plenty of other hobbies, which you guys are going to see here, that I'm getting back into. I play guitar. I've been playing guitar for probably 30 years. So I'm probably going to, you know, get back into that. It's been a while since I played, but I just have had an itching for it. I'm huge into guns. I had quite a big collection before I got married. That's the thing, man. Not to get off subject, but when you get married, man, that's when I got out of nitro, sold all my iNitro shit, my dirt bikes, my guns, all my fishing equipment, my guitars. I had all kinds of shit, man. So now that I'm not married, I'm divorced, my kids are in college now, and I got nothing holding me back. Oh yeah, you know, plus the cool thing about taking this new position in my company is I'm going to get, you know, a little bit extra cheese. So the Muggy Maniac, within the next 6 months, you might see some crazy shit happen. And I might mess up and go buy a fifth scale. Not that I'm going to, like, be Mr. Fifth Scale all of a sudden or switch into fifth scale, but just to get it and have it and, you know, take my time and working on it. Because like I said, I got a lot that I want to do in nitro. There's more motors I want to get. You know, I've got, like, 3 modified, and I've got maybe 1, 4, 5. I've got maybe 6, half of the nitro motors that I want, and only a couple modified. My goal by the end of this year is to have at least 12, a dozen sick-ass .21s to .32 quality modified motors. Okay, that's one of my goals. And to have a whole slew of pipes to go with it. Like, that's what I'm working on right now. Okay, and the reason I was kind of showing the LRP .32 and this sick, really good, well-priced .21 OS. I don't know if you can find them. They didn't make a lot of them. But for under $200 for an OS, brand new, that's as cheap as you're going to get. I got it from a guy that just had it, and he didn't, because it didn't come with a box. And he just never fired it up. I don't know why. I mean, this one was one that came with my Works pipe and header. It came with a Serpent clutch and bell, which are really good clutch and bell setups. So, I mean, I think I paid $150 for it. That was my offer to him, and he wanted more. He wanted like $180 or something. I said $150. We kind of haggled, and I got it for that. Kind of wish it would have came with the box, but it was brand new when I got it. So I think these are probably around 300 brand new, which is still pretty cheap for an OS. But it's their budget motors. And like I said, Adam Drake did a video on it. You can YouTube OS Max, XR Max something. Adam was saying that he was really, really, really impressed. Actually, he was blown away that how much this thing, as far as performance and power, and he said the only thing it wish it had, and that's just him, is he likes the mid needle. He's one of the very few guys that I know that like mid needles, pros, and they, like I said, because they like, some pros like tuning it, but just most guys don't like them. John doesn't like these. Rick doesn't like them at RB Mods. I really haven't experienced with them. I just was told stay away from them unless you know what you're doing, which as far as mid needles, I don't. But this one didn't come with it, which is cool. Adam Drake wanted it. He said when it came with it would have been a little bit better. And it didn't have a DLC coded crank, which he likes, which just makes your bearings last a lot longer, and your clutch bells, your clutch bearings, they don't wear out as much. So anyway, these are the only two stock motors I have left. And like I said, the Novorossi one's going to stay stock because it's for the muggy. I still might run a couple mods through this thing. I might, when I get the LRP .32 modded, I might just throw it in this thing for shits and giggles and see what happens. I don't know how, what kind of damage I might do, but who knows. So anyway, these are going to get modded, but I want to get one or two more before I send them to Rick at RB Mods. And I'll let you guys know, I'm even shopping and looking around for other companies to do mod work. Not that I don't like Rick's work, or I just want to experiment and see what other modifying companies there are out there. You know what I mean? Rick's not the only one. Just I'm finding a lot of companies don't have any contact information. You can't call them and talk to them. That's what I like about Rick. You can call the guy anytime, and I have a relationship with him. He's a Nitro brother. We talk periodically. He helps me out on things. He asks me questions. I ask him questions. He loves to shoot the shit when it comes to Nitro. You can tell that he just has a passion. Loves doing what he does. I just hope he teaches it to somebody else before he moves. He's not going to be with us forever. I mean, Rick's getting up there in age, and I hope he teaches it to somebody so when he goes, whenever that might be, there'll be somebody to pick up where he leaves off. So anyway, those are motors or two. I don't know what I want to get because there really isn't anything bigger. The .32 and the Novorossi .28 are the two biggest motors out. These two, actually, looking at them, I mean, this one's Japanese, obviously, OS, because they're a Japanese-based company. The LRPs, I will tell you, and I did a lot of research, these are made in China. They're Chinese, unfortunately. If this was an Italian motor, I would buy another one right now. But because of the shitty port work that they did, and if you see the videos that I and John uploaded about, the crappy port work that LRP was doing there, I don't know if they ever address it or they're going to address it. Just because of that, I won't buy another one of these LRPs. It's the only one that I'll buy until they address those issues because, I mean, when you're doing shitty port work like that, and guys that mod them have to do all that undoing of the bullshit motor work that they did before they can even do their modifications, which I think sucks, Rick's not too excited about these because he has to do a lot of, cleaning up of their shitty deburring, and I know, and I've done that shit. I've done that in aerospace. I mean, they didn't even clean the ports or nothing. They're all jaggedy, and John has a video, and I don't know if my video is still up. By the way, I want to apologize if you guys are newbies and people don't subscribe to my channel. You can only go back 3 months because when I got this new phone, I was having technical difficulties, and somehow a lot of my older YouTube videos, because I've been doing videos for almost 3 years now, just videos, and I've been into Nitro a little bit longer. So a lot of them got erased. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I remember a lot of the ones that I did and ones that are really important, and kind of do a revised version of them just to kind of help the new people out and people that, might, be struggling with certain things. And there's one that I'm going to touch on for the next 5 or 10 minutes. I'm sorry if this video is going to run a little bit long, but I think this is an important subject, and I did a video on this subject a while back. And because when you're dealing with Nitro these days, unless you live in Long Island and you got track day hobbies like Ray's Shop, which has everything you need in nitro pretty much, and Fitzgill, that is a very rare hobby shop in the United States, let me tell you. In California, I know for a fact, we don't have any hobby shops like that. We got Traxxas warehouses. We got hobby shops that are housing tons of this garbage. Again, here we go. Pick on the Traxxas again. I hope he lets me keep this. I might just have this just to make my point when I get these, you know, Traxxas people that think their Traxxas is, you know, a great platform, or they're so sold on Traxxas, man. That thing's a joke. But anyway, we don't have hobby shops like that. So if you're in Long Island, and I tell John and Ray all the time, man, if I lived in Long Island, New York, anywhere near track day hobbies, I would frickin' be camped out on that. I would live next door. I would move into Ray's shop, man. Hell yeah. Because we don't have that type of hobby shop here. Like I said, we got Traxxas warehouse. The only thing I'm getting is my Byron's fuel, no tires, no rims, no bodies, you know, my low-C fluids, maybe some tools, what else? Paints, you know, paints, no bodies, just paints. You know, everybody carries, you know, RC paints. Glow igniters, barely, at the one that I go to. Maybe some fuel tubing, you know, fuel tube. That's it. That's all I get, man. I get nothing else. Clutch bell, filter, air filter, hell no. Tires, I mean, not even, nothing. 8-scale nitro tires. You get those piece of shit. Lucky if you find the Badlands with those frickin', what are those, Desperado rims that are connected to those things? Man. See, there is a lot of 1178 tires, but unfortunately, they're all mounted to those Desperado piece of shit tires, which are like frickin', you might as well tape frickin' bricks to your car. So, we are going to talk about shipping and handling. I think that's what I'll title this video. Shipping and handling. Why is it important? Because if you're an 8-scale nitro, the only way you're getting your shit, by the way, if you don't have a laptop or a computer and you're getting into nitro or you're in nitro, man, you're missing the boat. Or you must have a hobby shop in your area that has everything you need. You can only do so much on the phone. I don't care if you got an iPhone 15, a Samsung Galaxy 20, whatever they have. I mean, the new ones, Android. I have a good phone. I have an LG, but I mean, you can only do so much. You have to have a, you know, if you're not, I'm not the Mr. Computer Savvy guy. I'm not Mr. Technical. My kids laugh at me because my daughters are and my kids are on computers with their schooling and stuff and different things, and they're on it. They laugh at me when I'm sitting here, you know, trying to type something in. I'm like, okay, where's the M? Okay, the A. I'm no 150 words a minute. I'm like, you know, 50 words an hour if I'm lucky. So, you know, when you're ordering shit, you got to go on. You got to do stuff online. eBay's big. Now the first, you know, look at this. I took this out, and this is nothing. I just went on my eBay. What I can far as go back, just last year alone, I probably through eBay purchased about 500 different things. Okay, I still have this from one. This Hyper box. This is what my Mugen MBX5R came in. When I got it, I was tripping out. Like, what the hell? The guy shipped me the wrong vehicle. What? Because he had a Hyper 7 and some other vehicles he was selling. And I was tripped out. I'm like, what? Hyper? I didn't buy no Hyper. And then I opened up and, you know, my Mugen MBX5R was inside of here. And, you know, so I still have the box of that. But yeah, this is nothing. This is like, I mean, I've thrown out a lot, but I keep a lot of these. Important for mostly, I keep the invoices because you never know if you want to order something again. I can just go and like, okay, what did I get that? Whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, I got it from, you know, here you go, Dollar Hobbies. I forgot, you know, I haven't been on them in a while. They're a great company too, man. They got a lot of good odds and ends and different things for nitro that you might need. Very cheap, affordable. I deal with them a lot. Most of the main ones that I deal with, the ones where I get a lot of mostly my main is A-main. A-main is my main. Absolute has a lot of Nova Rossi. A-main has a lot of nitro. There's Liquid RC. I mean, like I said, I've have most of my cards. There's companies, you know, like this company here, On Point Graphics, you know, for bodies and stuff. Small Addicts RC, World RC, Extreme RC, whatever. You know, RC Mart, Vanguard, Michael's RC Hobbies. Those are just a couple, you know, but, you know, one thing that I do want to emphasize, make sure when you're getting your shit, I had an incident, and I've had a lot of incidents. I've also, by the way, I've got a lot of freebies. I've got a couple $100 just last year alone in free shit, because I'm not the passive guy that just, you know, when you get shit and it comes up in a fucked up package, you're accepting it. I see guys on YouTube that are doing unboxings, and they're opening up a $200, $300, $400 Nova Rossi motor or whatever, and you know it's in a, you know, it's in a you know, one of these you know, one of these bubble packs. Like, you're kidding me, right? You're accepting that a $200, $300, $400 motor in one of these being shipped. Like, are you like cool with that? I'm not. I had it happen to me one time. Okay? Absolute Hobbies. They made it right, but let me tell you. They shipped this motor, my first Nova Rossi 28.8 Rex Legend. The first one I got. Good motor. Okay? Almost 4 years now. In one of these. I was livid. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And just the day before, I got that Osna Hyper 21 that I have, and a couple other motors and a lot, in a box, used from some, you know, some guy on eBay. Like, he shipped my shit in a box. I'm dealing with a company that's shipping my brand new Italian expensive motor in a, excuse my language, fucking bubble wrap? Hell no. And when I opened it up, the box had a fucking dent in it. I was so pissed off. I was like, no way. Like, this is unacceptable. Okay, now most people probably would, you know, whatever, I got my motor, let's open it up, long as my motor's cool, and they never say anything. You know, shame on you. If you like getting, excuse my language again, fucked by people shipping your shit, if you like paying good money, getting sand thrown up your ass and getting screwed, then, you know, hey, don't listen to my video. Or this video probably won't pertain to you. Do whatever you do. But I'm telling you, for 4 years that I've been doing this, you know, and that is like nothing. If I kept everything that I had from when I started, I would have about 10 piles of shit like that. That's nothing. This is not even last year. This is the summer last year. Like I said, I just went on eBay, 500 things that I had shipped to me just last year alone. So do I have experience in this? I do. Hell yeah. And the company that I work at, that's one of the departments that I started in, shipping and receiving. And I've done shipping and receiving, so I know how shipping and handling works. I have buddies of mine that work for the post office. I know how this whole thing works. Okay, so when I order something, I know how that shit's supposed to work. So from the time I order it and I pay them when I order it, it's got X amount of time before it gets to my door. If it doesn't, there's hell to pay. And I will tell you one thing, especially eBay, people read reviews and people read, you know, their follow-ups, you know, what people said about this company. They don't, people on eBay that sell shit, they don't like when you leave a bad review. You will get a jacked up review from me if my shit didn't go the way it should. Okay, and the reason that I'm telling you guys this is because you're going to deal with this in Nitro. If you want to get all this, the perks of Nitro and be able to get to the next level, you need to do your homework and know what to do and what not to do when shipping, and who to deal with and who not to deal with. What do you look for? And that's what I'm going to explain. You know, like I said, this video might run a little long. I mean, most of my videos lately have been running long because I figured a lot of guys that watch my channel that are back east are sitting in snow or rain or jacked up weather. They're not doing anything anyway, so hey, you know, why not get educated? Let the muggy maniac entertain you, since nobody else really is in Nitro right now anyway. So, back to what we're talking about. Absolute Hobbies, I called the guy and I said, listen, I talked to the owner, by the way, that Rick knows him, and I said, dude, what's the deal? I got him, and this is before I opened the box that my Nova came in, because I didn't know if I wanted to open it. What if I open this damaged box and the motor's fucked up? Excuse my language again. I'm going to be, I'm going to lose it. You know, I just spent $200, which to some people it's not a lot, but that's harder than money. Me, $200 for a motor that's, you know, it's Italian, it's in the Verassi, and this is what I'm getting? Oh, no. So I said, dude, I haven't even opened this, and I was sending him emails, and I said, I hope that this motor's not damaged, because if it is, it's coming back, you're paying the shipping and everything, you know. So I opened it, and the motor, there was nothing wrong with it, but still, that didn't you know, negate the fact that that's how it got shipped. That's how much that to me, that reflects what your company thinks of me doing business with you. Okay? So, I told him, I said, this is not cool, dude. And he apologized and said, I don't know how that happened. Usually it doesn't happen. Usually it's shipped in a box. You know, I mean, all my shit, I've got shit. And that's why I love A-Main. I'll get shit that you don't need to ship in a box from A-Main or Horizon, you know, like these glow igniters here, and that shit comes in a box. They could ship, you know, I mean, if they wanted to. It's not a big deal. It's not going to get damaged. I mean, stuff that's not going to get, you know, smashed or whatever, you know. I mean, I've had tools, you know, ship and boxes from A-Main and from Horizon. They didn't have to ship them. Tools aren't, you know, what are you going to do? You're not going to smash a tool, you know? So, you know, he said, well, what can I do to make it right, man? And I'm like, dude, like, you know what? I'll tell you what. You send, I'll reverse my reviews because it was on eBay. Yeah, I'll reverse my reviews for Absolute, give you good marks and everything, and we'll be cool, and I'll do future business from you. Send me 2 Novarossi turbo plugs. And those things are like 12, 13 bucks a piece. Send those to me. When I get them, I'll change my review. Well, you know what? Ask and you shall receive. Absolute Hobby, the owner, sent me 2. Matter of fact, I still have them. Oh, I have one of them because I just recently changed the plugs. They last for a long time. Sent me 2 plugs. That was pretty cool. That's what I'm talking about. Another incident happened recently. DE racing rims. You guys know I had that one rim because, you know, I think it was my fault. But regardless, the inside of the rim started to get rounded. Matter of fact, that rim's still okay. I might be able to fix it, heat up the plastic, reshape it, and it might be okay. I don't know. But anyway, I only needed 1 rim. Maybe he thought he was going to send me a pair because they come in 2s. He sent me 4 brand new DE racing rims that I have. That's what I'm talking. You know why? Because he took 2 weeks to get them to me, and he's in San Diego. If I drive from here to San Diego, it's 2 hours. So for him to take, and I told him, I said, dude, I'm worried now about doing business with you because I just have 0 tolerance with shipping, long shipping, you know, shit taking forever to get here, you know. And he said, you know, I'm sorry, let me make it right. And, you know, I thought he was going to, you know, send me, you know, I didn't know he was going to do that, put it that way. He sent me 4 brand new DE racing rims, and I'm stoked, and I was happy. Same thing with Horizon. I got a jacked up, one of my, the Dynamite anodized red, you know, one of the best glow igniters, you know, started to take a shit on me. I called Horizon. They said there was a year warranty. I probably had it for about 6 months. Told them, man. They're like, hey, no problem. I go, do I need to send you pictures? Do I need to send you the written? They said, nope. Where's your address? So they sent me this one first, which is, you know, runs on a D battery for free. Those are 15 bucks. And they sent me a brand new one that I just got. So, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Ask and you shall receive, man. Don't let these companies take advantage of you. Okay, don't let it's not cool to ship my expensive shit in a package. That shit better be in a box. Alright? Or you're going to hear about it. I don't care. And I'll tell them sometimes you have to get a little nasty with them. You just got to, you know, it's part of what you're going to deal with. If you're passive aggressive, you're going to struggle in Nitro when it comes to ordering your shit online. And most 95% of the shit that I get, maybe 98%, is on eBay, man. Amazon, I don't like because of the... I know I have got stuff from Amazon. And the only thing I can tell you about Amazon, in my experience over the last few years of doing Nitro and ordering from Amazon, you better know what it is that you want, because they won't give you explanations. Like when you go on eBay and say, I'm looking at this motor, you know, I want to know the specs on it, you know, I want to know how many ports it is. You can always scroll down, and eventually, like this is Absolute Hobby, it'll tell you, there you go, there's all your specs. Amazon won't do that. Now, the downside of eBay, and this is one very key thing that I want to hit on to help you guys out, is always look at where it says shipping. I didn't really pay attention to that for a long time. Expected to be shipped on March 11th. That means more than likely it's going to be there on that day. Now, I give them a grace period. But if it's a week, 2 weeks, sometimes I've had it happen after that date, fuck that, excuse my language. They're going to hear about it. I'm going to fucking shred them on their reviews, fuck their reviews up. I mean, I go for the throat, man. I'm telling you, man, the Muggy Maniac, when it comes, all this shit that I've had, you know, ups and downs with shipping shit and my Nitro and me spending a lot of money and feel like I'm getting dicked around, fuck all that, excuse my language. So if you're passive aggressive, or if you're somebody that says, whatever, hey man, if you like getting screwed in the ass, then, you know, don't listen to what I'm telling you. But if you want to get your shit when you're supposed to, you want to get what you're supposed to get. And do I make mistakes still? Yeah, but you got to pay attention, man. It's all here in writing. Look at your shit. Read between the lines, man. Shipping and handling, $15. Fuck you. I'm paying you $100 for a motor, and you're going to charge me that to shipping, and you're not some John Doe. You're a big company. This is Absolute. Amy's like that, too. They want to charge you shipping and handling. Only time it is when you order, you know, I think it's over $100. So what I can suggest, if somebody's going to charge you, a company, shipping and handling, order as much shit you can that you're going to need from them and pay that one-time shipping and handling. Don't make the mistake, and I've done that too, order different things from the same company, and I'm paying shipping and handling $5 here, $3 here, $4 here. Hell no. You know what I'm looking for when I order anything, and especially if I'm spending money? I don't care if it's $100. Here, I'll tell you what I'm looking for. I'll even get out of this one. I'm looking for where it says free shipping. Free shipping? Oh, hell yeah. See that? Fast and free. That is a big green flag right there. That's what you want. The more of those you see, the better off you are. There you go. It's going to be there by March 8th. Okay. Free shipping. So I pay $97 and I don't pay any shipping. Now you're going to pay the taxes. You're not going to get around that. Some of it will just include in the price, some of the companies. But, you know, this is Go Nitro. I've ordered lots of shit from these guys. Here's your Badlands 1178s. If you want these freaking tanks connected to them, these bullshit Desperado rims in there, you know, those things are, I would never run those things. Oh, those things weigh an arm, and those things weigh a ton. So, anyway, now another thing that you want to look for is when you look on the shipping, a lot of times, there is going to be, let me find another different site. There's going to be a big window of when you're ordering shit, okay? Some of them are bigger than others. If you look on it, and if it's longer than 2 weeks, if I were you, I wouldn't even order it unless you want it. You don't mind what. We'll just say a month. A month is the longest for me, and that's coming from China. Okay, you're going to wait. Okay, I try to stay away from China, not because it's made in China, because I got a lot of shit from China. I try to stay away from China just because I know they're going to take a month to get here. It's overseas. I mean, it's what it is. What it is. So, keep that in mind. That's something that you want to look at, you know. And even those guys, I've had them take longer than they should have taken, and I give them shit too. You know, I'm like, dude, come on, man. You know, I could have freaking flown over there and it would have been a lot quicker, you know. So I don't want to hear, and they give you excuses. Oh, well, I mail it this time, and you know it's not my fault to post it. That's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, here's a couple servos that I ordered. These are the 0254 MGs, which I recommend. 27 bucks a piece. You can get these pretty much anywhere. They're not the fastest, not the quickest. I mean, they're not the fastest, and they're not the torquiest. Okay, but for bashing 8-scale nitro, these are one of the most reliable servos that I've ever had, and that's why I use them for bashing, because they're quick enough to bash, okay, and they're torquey enough even to steer this boat over here, you know, and they're less than 30 bucks, okay. You can run these things into walls, into anything, flip your car. Man, these servos are very durable. It's one of the reasons that I still use them. Okay, now, again, let me show you if I can get, where are these, some of these companies, now I'm not finding it. Okay, they have, let's find, when you get the Chinese shit, like I said, that's when you're going to get those dates of shipping that are going to be, you know, you're going to wait a while, you know. So like I say, you know, try to think about that. I mean, this is a shirt, but let me see. Now this is coming from, I think it's Australia. Okay, there you go. Now this is an example. See that? Tuesday, March 12th, Friday, March 22. That's not bad. You figure at the very least you're going to get it by the March 22nd. Some of these will say March 12th till like April 20th. The one company that I get a lot of my XTM shit from, RC Willpower, they manufacture and make a lot of shit and then ship it to you because they have the blueprints of a lot of discontinued shit, which is pretty smart. But they're in China, and their waiting period is like 2 months, man. I'm still waiting on something from them, and it's been over a month. I expected maybe another month, you know. Sometimes I just forget about that shit. It's not something that was real expensive. Something they were replacing that broke, you know. You know, their reviews from me they don't like my reviews. And I've had people say, oh, well, sir, can you change the review? I have 16,000 customers that they don't like seeing it. Well, too bad, man. When you handle my shit and you replace my shit and when you compensate for fucking wasting all my time, you know, then I'll change the review, okay? When that part gets here, like you said, then I'll change my review. Until then, you're going to eat this review until, you know, until you know, like I said, until I'm taken care of. I don't let these people get away with nothing. A lot of people don't like me. I've had private guys on here say, man, you're being a dick. Yeah, I am a dick. When it comes to shipping and handling, I'm an asshole, man, because I've got burned too many times, and I've got, you know, shit that I shouldn't have got, and shit that I had to wait a month or two, and then it, you know, it wasn't what I ordered. Pictures weren't right. There's a lot of things. Pay attention to the details, the pictures. Do your research on the product. Email. You can messenger them. Ask them as many questions. I ask these people, hey, how much gallons of fuel does that motor have to it? Oh, it's got like 10 gallons, and it didn't say that on the description. Oh, really? No, I'm cool. I don't want a motor with 10 gallons. Now, if it's around a gallon less, then I might consider it, and if the price is good. That's where, when I buy used motors, same. When I buy my used platform, like when I bought all my vehicles are used. I haven't bought any new vehicle yet. Will I buy a new vehicle? Well, it depends. You know? I might not. Why? When I can get one that's a third of the price, you know? I mean, this here, I would have spent $2,000. There's $2,000 right there. Okay? At least. This one here, there's $1,000 into it right now as it sits. This one here, $2,000. This one here, about $1,000. Okay? So we've got 2, 4, 5, 6. Well, just seeing vehicles alone, not including my other motors, we'll say $6,000. And I've invested most of that in the last less than 2 years. Okay? Now, if I was to have bought this shit brand new, probably would have doubled. More than that. You know? And I already spent enough as it is. So, I mean, hey man, I like to be thrifty. This doesn't have to be expensive. And this, again, applies to the newbie. The newbies, and I hear people say, oh, nitro RC is so expensive, man. I wanted to get into it. Well, it can be, man. You know, like I said, if you, certain things, you just can't cut corners. These Badlands, you don't buy these used. DE rims, used. I don't buy those used. That's $100 a set. You know, I'm about to spend another $200 on 2 more sets of Badlands and DE racing. You know, motors, I've got brand new used motors. So, I mean, I said used motors, if it's got less than a gallon through it and I ask the guy enough questions and it looks like it's in really good shape, then I'll buy it. I bought this thing. This wasn't brand new. I mean, it's brand new, but it didn't come in a box. Never been fired up until I got it. Look at it. It's brand new, man. It's brand new, man. This is a $300 motor. I paid $150 for it. With a pipe, another $100 setup, and the clutch bell and pinion and everything. Clutch shoes, another $50. So there's 300, brand new, let's say. Pipe, 400, almost $500 right here. Brand new. That I paid $150 for. So I don't know, and it is brand new. So do what you want to do. You know, don't listen to me. I mean, if you're shipping, you got it dialed in, then hey, I'm just trying to help people out, man. Trust me, I've got 10 times that much experience than most people do in shipping and shit, and those are a lot of the things that I've dealt with. I'm not afraid to tell these people when they do me wrong, listen, man, you want me to do business with you? And I'll threaten them sometimes. I mean, you know, in a nice way. I'll say, hey, you know, I got a YouTube channel, and I you know, plug a lot of people. You guys hear me plug Amy all the time. You guys hear me plug Horizon as far as shipping. But then again, you'll hear me give people criticism. If I get somebody, you know, like one of my partners, guys, you guys that are getting those end bleeds, and you're getting them shipped in this package that I've seen, you guys are fucking idiots, man. Excuse my language, but there is no way. I had my buddy said, "You're gonna get the end bleed?" I go, "Not until they tell me that they can ship my end bleed, my $130 end bleed in a box. I won't buy from Robin. I don't care. I'll go someplace else." I know in the industry that I'm in, I know guys that do fabricating. I can have one of those made for cheaper. Okay, but that's not, the end bleed's not important to me right now. What's important to me is teaching and sharing with others of what I've got already here. Not end bleeds and all that. Will I get an end bleed? Sure I will. Maybe not from Robin. You know? Maybe not from them. Because I'm not going to I'm not going to spend $130 and have you ship my pipe in a fucking package. And you guys that are accepting that, you guys are morons. And one of the guys, you know, not to put Robin on blast, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to keep it real here. One of the guys got his pipe like that, and it had freaking dents in it. He wasn't too happy, and I told him, bro, listen, man, call him, send it. Send that shit back. I wouldn't be paying, when they fuck up like that, I'm not going to pay shipping and handling. They're going to pay for my shipping hand to get it back to them, and they're going to give me a brand new end bleed pipe. But I'm glad I seen that, because that will keep me from not buying a pipe from them. And I'm not afraid to tell you guys, Robin doesn't pay me. Not sponsored by anybody. Like I said, I don't do this channel to get perks from other people. I do this channel to tell people what's real. If I have to pull the cover, so to speak, off a lot of these guys out there on the channel and a lot of these guys in the industry, I will. I'm going to call it how it is. I never had a problem with Rick. And until I do, Rick's cool with me. We talk all the time, have a personal relationship. I love his motors. I love his work. He's helped me out, and I'm loyal to people like that. Well, and I understand for other people that have problems with companies, that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. I wouldn't deal with them either. That's a deal breaker for me. I don't care. Even if they make it right, it's still like, nah, they don't really want to deal with them. You know? So I'm loyal to companies that take care of me and that got my back. I got their back, and I'll give them plenty of business and advertise for them and give them shout outs and give credit due where credit's due. But when criticism is due, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to blow smoke up anybody's ass. If you come on my channel and you think that I'm going to, and you know, if you're looking, you know, for a nitro, so to speak, pat on the back, you know, let me tell you that Traxxas is, you know, they're not all bad. There isn't. That's keeping it real. Okay? You know, so that's what gets me fired up. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, my voice changed. I get fired up about that shit because I've spent 4 years I've ate probably more money than I've got compensated. Sure, I've got free plugs, free tires, free glow igniters, I got a free body. I had my first Pro line body that I bought from a guy, and when he shipped it, it didn't have the nose piece. The nose piece that goes on the end of those things. This is what it is. And he said it was brand new, because it was sealed in the bag. Brand new Pro line Phantom body. It didn't have this piece. So this, my first body that I did for my Mugen, doesn't have one of these. This is the one for this one, and then obviously that's the one for the God of War. I never had one for this one. You know, thank God that this one, you know, this one kind of works on here, but it just doesn't match. You know what he did? He sent me he gave me a full refund. I've had people give me full refunds and send me another product and send me something new. So, I don't know. For what it's worth, if you want to listen to what I just said in the last, you know, geez, this is going on 50 minutes. This is a long video. Sorry about that, guys. But, you know, this is something that I had to explain to you guys. Don't let these people that ship their shit to you, you know, just give it to you in the ass, so to speak, man. Get what you wanted. Be happy. Be satisfied. And ask yourself, well, am I completely happy with what I just spent my money on and how it was shipped and how long it took to get here? If not, well, then maybe you might want to change that. And I just gave you some tips on what to look for, what not to do, what to do, who to deal with. Watch those shipping dates. Make sure that their shit gets here, because a lot of people will... I paid you on the PayPal right away. Don't tell me, you know, don't do the... wait a week later to ship it, and then it takes extra time to get here. And then you want to tell me that, oh, well, it's the post office. Bullshit. Been there, done that, been around this, doing this shit too long. So anyway, let me end this video, because otherwise I'm going to keep ranting and raving. But that's all I wanted to let you guys in on. That's how I deal with all my shipping. Do your research, do your homework. Make sure, you know, you're paying what you should be paying, getting what you should be getting it shipped how it should be shipped. If there's anything wrong with it, you make sure they either give you a refund or that you don't pay another penny out of your pocket. If you do, shame on you. Okay? First time, shame on them. Second time, shame on you. Okay? Third time, shame on both of you. So anyway, that's all I got, people. Let me get back to, gotta clean this mess up, but get back to doing my little touch-ups. We'll see you in the next video, which more than likely will be the Techno and the modded Pico. So, by the way, I've got some pipes coming. Gonna make the decision this week on the next motor that I'm getting. I've been looking for what I might just do another 28.8 Rex Legend modified. Why the hell not? You know what I mean? Or I might do another, either this Pico or maybe another Pico. I don't want to do any .21s. I've got the OS. I've got my .32, which I can't wait to get modified and done. But I don't know, in the third motor, either it's going to be the Rex or it might just be another Pico .28. So anyway, that's all I got, people. One more. Peace out.